I felt as if I was older than what I was. I felt as if I was aging like super fast. How can I be feeling this way when I'm just like barely in my 30s? I shouldn't be feeling this way. This is not life. This is not how things are supposed to be. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're gonna be talking about why I went raw. And I might not be looking back, y'all. I might not be looking back. Okay? Most of you on this channel probably already know this, right? Because if you've watched my first video or if you watch a couple of my other videos, you already know why it is that I decided to go raw. But if you're new here, I'm gonna go ahead and touch on that real quick. So the reason why I decided to go raw in the first place was because I initially started out with a juice cleanse. That's how this channel started. I went on a 100-day juice cleanse, and after that, I just did not want to ruin all the progress that I had made on the juice cleanse. I also didn't know what exactly I wanted to do. I didn't know how to necessarily break the cleanse. Not that I didn't know. I had done research online. I had, YouTubed it. I knew that I needed to eat softer foods, and then gradually, after like maybe about a couple of months, gradually go into harder foods. And then maybe if I wanted to go back into the standard American diet, I probably could. Doing a cleanse in general, you typically want to continue that. You kind of want to continue being healthy. You kind of want to continue caring for yourself. You kind of want to continue doing good things to your body and for yourself. What's the point of doing a cleanse or trying to be better to yourself and then going right back to eating or being the way that you used to be? There's no point in that, right? So after my 100-day juice cleanse, I was like, okay, well, I don't necessarily want to go back to how things were. I don't want to feel the way that I used to feel. This is going to be a new start for me. This is going to be a change. Let's just try it out. Let's just see how my body feels. Because of everything that I had gotten from the 100-day cleanse, I just felt great. I had so much energy on the juice cleanse. I don't think I've ever felt that energy. Even with the raw foods, I've never felt that energy that I had on my juice cleanse. It was electric. It was different. I felt as if I could just do any and everything. I could stay up all day if I wanted to, and I still had so much energy. I haven't felt that type of energy even being raw for the past year. I haven't felt that before. I can understand why some people just continuously cleanse, but that's not really sustainable and that's not great for you either. So it was something that I knew would continue me down the path that I wanted to go on, which was just being healthier, just being better to myself, just experiencing something else than what it was that I had been experiencing before previously. I didn't want to go back to having worse eyesight. I didn't want to revisit pain. I didn't want to revisit just not being able to breathe well, just struggling to walk, struggling to just do just the mundane things, just the typical things that when you're a kid or when you're younger, it's just you don't think about. I felt as if I was older than what I was. I felt as if I was aging like super fast. I was like, how can I be feeling this way when I'm just like barely in my 30s? Like, I shouldn't be feeling this way. This is not life. This is not how things are supposed to be. So I was like, let me just go ahead and try and do this thing, this raw food journey. Zoe, go. Go. So let me just, sorry, because she's hungry and I need to go feed her, but I'm making this video for you guys, okay? If her ass has an attitude, it's because of you guys. No, but, dang, I just lost my train of thought. She's like legit right there, like sitting right down there, just staring me dead in my eyes. Because she just wants to go eat, and that's how she is. She's annoying as hell. And she knows that I'm talking about her too, because she knows what she is. She used the reverse to her. Whenever I'm talking shit about her, she knows. So after experiencing just everything that I had been through, I low-key would be a fool if I just went right back to like just eating the way that I was and possibly gaining all the way back. A part of it was fear. I just did not want to return back to how I used to be. I wanted the clarity. I wanted the high vibes, just the feeling that I was getting throughout my juice cleanse, and I didn't want to go down. It was low-key like a high. You know, like, I mean, that sounds weird, but there's something in it. There's something in the juice cleanse. There's something in eating raw foods that makes you feel good. You just don't get bloated. You just don't really get gassy unless if you're introducing new veggies into your system, which just means that you need to give your body time enough to be able to like know how to deal with them. Another thing is that I've learned and heard like too many stories. I've done some research on the importance of raw living foods. It just makes sense to me. Whenever someone talks about it, it makes sense that you want to eat living food. You want to eat food that's alive to make you feel alive. It makes sense. Also, if you just think about just the thought of what happens whenever you put heat on anything, it usually destroys it. It usually makes it not what it used to be, right? So why can't that be applied to the food that you actually put into your body? It should apply. That it does make sense that whenever you put heat onto your food, that you might not get everything that comes with that food. It just makes sense. When you light something up on fire, it just usually destroys it, makes it conform to whatever the fire wants it to be. It doesn't really make it better. There's only a couple of things. There's only a couple of like veggies or a couple of things that whenever you cook it, you probably get benefits from it, but it's like it's far in between. And usually whenever you don't apply heat or fire to your foods or anything, you usually get more out of it. You usually get more benefits out of it. So the more research that I've done, the more I feel as if this is something that I want to stick with. This is something that I want to incorporate into my life. I might eat some cooked food every now and then, but I also know that I want the majority of the foods that I consume, whether it's 80 to 90% of the time, I want it to be raw, just because of how I felt on it, just because of what I also know about it, just because of how much sense it makes to me. Eating this way, eating raw foods makes things very simple. It's either you're eating a mango or you're eating a cucumber or you're just eating whole foods. So there's no reason to be cooking anything. Anything cooked or whatever is like you just don't touch it. So it makes it very easy for you to know what to eat and what not to eat, right? It simplifies things. Whereas when you're cooking things, sometimes you just have so many things to choose from. It's like you can have hamburger, fries, you can have ice cream, you can have this, you can have that, you can have this. Not that there isn't a variety in raw foods like apples, carrots, jalapenos, onions. There's variety in it too, but I feel as if it simplifies it in that it's less work. You don't necessarily have to cook it, right? You could just put things together and eat it. Don't get me wrong though, raw foods can take time. If you're dehydrating a lot of your foods, and if you're making gourmet raw foods, that takes time. That takes quite a bit of time, because then you have to blend certain things, and then you have to put it in a dehydrator, and then the dehydrator takes forever and a day. Although it's great for your food, it takes forever sometimes to just get certain food items if you're dehydrating. But you don't have to on this raw journey. I do, but you don't have to. You know, I just like certain things to be a little bit warmer. Certain things, like even my nuts, I usually soak my nuts and seeds and then I dehydrate them just to get them back to being crunchy and hard. Because sometimes I don't eat my nuts and seeds immediately after I soak them. I'll usually soak it, dehydrate it, then I'll put it in a glass canister, put it in the fridge, and that way I could grab some nuts and seeds every once in a while and eat it. And I don't have to worry about soaking it or anything like that. It's already been soaked, dehydrated, and now it's back to being hard. Just constantly feeling energetic, just constantly feeling as if you could just get up and go do whatever, just keeps me wanting to stick to this raw life. You don't feel the sluggishness, or you don't feel the tiredness that you feel whenever, back in the day when I used to just eat a burger and some fries, I'd feel like immediately I'll feel as if I wanted to sit on the couch all day, or I wanted to sleep, or I'll get knocked out, right? Whenever I eat any type of raw food now, I don't feel that way. It's like if I'm super tired, yeah, I'll rest, but it's like I don't feel, it's not from the food. It's not from the effects of the food. It's just either I'm super tired and I need to rest. Whereas I feel as if on the standard American diet, usually it would be from the food. You feel slower, you feel as if you need to take a break, you feel dull, you feel lackluster, you don't have the energy, you don't care, you know, like you just don't have the energy anymore whenever you're just eating a standard American diet, especially things with like a lot of oil. Also being able to go to the bathroom. Not that like I didn't used to go to the bathroom, but I didn't go to the bathroom as often. I also know that sometimes people don't go to the bathroom every day. And it's like, it makes sense for you to want to relieve yourself every day, because as long as you eat, it needs to leave your body. If it's not leaving your body, then where is it? It's still in your body, which means what? That it's trapped. It's basically just waste in your system. So you need to be able to relieve your body, and I feel as if on the raw foods, it's something that I don't have to worry about. Not that you don't get constipated on it. If you like don't combine your foods properly, or if you mix certain things that you're not supposed to mix, or if you overconsume on like certain things like your cruciferous veggies, things that are a little harder for your body to digest, yeah, you might have some constipation. If you're not maybe drinking your water and not eating as many fruits or not doing your juices, you might feel some constipation, but it's less likely. So that's basically why I went raw, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna go back. If anything, I might just, this coming year, maybe I might eat some cooked food maybe 2 or 3 times in the year, just because I kind of low-key want to see what it does to me or how it affects me. But with just everything that I've learned and everything that I know now, I feel as if I don't know if I would want to go back to eating cooked food like 50% of my diet. I feel as if I would want to eat more raw living foods than cooked food. So I think a good 80 to 90% on raw foods and maybe like 20 to 10% on cooked food would probably be maybe the most cooked food that I'll probably have. But you never know. You can never say never. But for now, I love my raw foods and I'm sticking to it.
Look at the screen.
That's mine. And,
And,
and
that,
I'm
and
going to
that's
stick
and that's
beside
and
them.
that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm going to stick beside them.
If you haven't tried raw food or living food, you probably low-key try it every time. You just don't know that that's what you're doing. If you've eaten fruits before, I mean, that's raw food. If you've eaten, you know, a salad, that's raw food. It's really not that hard to get into. It's just, don't get me wrong, cooked food is lit. It just tastes so good because you have your oils and mixed in with just different types of sugars and whatever, right? Cooked food is always just gonna be great. I don't know if you could ever mimic the taste of cooked food with raw, but once you've kind of cleaned your system out and once you introduce raw food into your system, you start to actually enjoy raw food. But I hope this inspires you to maybe incorporate more raw living foods into your diet, and also to take action and taking better care of yourself, because the only thing that really truly lasts is your health. You know, you can do any and everything else, but if your health is failing, that's it, you know? So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm gonna go ahead and go feed Bo and Zoe right now, and because she's staring at me right now. He's over there pissed too, but she gets annoying whenever she like it's time to eat. She'll just like give you like stares, like daggers. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to hit the like button for Zoe and hit the like button for Bo. Let me know what you thought of this video and if you're gonna incorporate more raw living foods into your diet.